fresh air, but was adjudged caught behind.
No doubting, though, the brilliance of the fielding, which finally ended India's resistance. First, Morris running out Kumble with dazzling reflexes. Then Tendulkar, after a cultured 68, caught on the boundary by Lewis. England's lead, though, is only 87, and there's the prospect of 2 fascinating days to come.
There have been plenty of runs too in the Britannic Assurance County Championship. The Middlesex opener Desmond Haynes made 222 not out as the leaders enjoyed another high-scoring day against Sussex at Lord's. And his Test captain Viv Richards was one of 3 Glamorgan batsmen to make hundreds against Nottinghamshire. A goal from Giuseppe Dossena gave the Italian league club Sampdoria a 1-0 win over Arsenal in the final of the Makita International Trophy at Wembley. And the Belgian driver Thierry Boutsen will be in pole position for the first time in his career for tomorrow's Hungarian Grand Prix. Alongside him on the front row will be his Williams teammate, Riccardo Patrese. The British challenge in the US PGA Golf Championship has faded in today's third round. Nick Faldo shot an 8-over par 80, leaving him 10 over for the tournament. Ian Woosnam hit a 70 today. He's only 3 over, but still well off the lead.
For Nick Faldo, another disappointment in a round of 80 as his dream of a third major in 1990 faded and died in the heat of Alabama. But while Shoal Creek may have provided problems for some, the American Gil Morgan had no complaints. A round of 65, the best of the championship so far, has put him firmly in contention. The Australian Wayne Grady, who led overnight, has maintained his steady form of the first 2 rounds. He remains the leader on 5 under par. But Larry Mize is only 1 shot behind. This putt at the 12th would have given him a share of the lead, but he remains on 4 under par. There'll be highlights of the third round tonight on BBC2 at 11:40.
Tonight's main news again. The Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak has said there is no hope of a peaceful solution to the Iraq crisis. Thousands of his troops have begun arriving in Saudi Arabia as part of the Arab peacekeeping force. And British RAF Jaguar and Tornado aircraft are starting to take up their positions in the Gulf. Support staff are expected to leave tomorrow. That's all from the newsroom tonight. Good night.
Good evening to you. As you may well have heard earlier on, with water restrictions now affecting many parts of the country, what we need more than anything is rain. And there's really no sign of any rain, at least not to speak of in southern parts of the country, but there has been some today in the north due to that frontal system, but even that is weakening away at the moment. But we have had some rain, as I say, some bursts early on this morning, and they became sort of scattered around over northern areas during the course of this afternoon. 1 or 2 fairly heavy bursts of rain. And those northern areas are going to continue to have some cloud and outbreaks of rain throughout the night, but most of it light and tend to feed across into eastern Scotland. But for the south of the country, fine, dry night, well-broken cloud, a little bit of mist and fog around for a short time at daybreak, and a fairly warm night in store in those southern parts of the country. The lowest temperature there, 15 degrees or 59 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, very similar actually, the far north of Scotland, just like today, with bright weather, some sunshine and some showers, and the southeastern half of England and southeast Wales staying dry, fairly bright, the best of the sunshine in the extreme southeast. In between, again, a good deal of cloud, just here and there, some outbreaks of mostly light rain and drizzle, and I think much of that's going to be on those western coasts and hills, brightening up in many places as the day wears on, the best of any brightness in the east. Another hot day in the southeast, warmish in the north.
I am still somebody.
The film tomorrow, a story of love and hope and Hollywood dreams.
Do you still want to save my life?
Well, I certainly don't want to ruin it.
Mom! Are you crazy?
Get out!
That wouldn't hurt you.
I'm used to being hurt. It's when I'm not hurt that I don't know how to deal with it.
Robert Wagner and Elizabeth Taylor star in There Must Be a Pony tomorrow at 8:35 on 1.
Here's my autograph. Don't frame it, cash it.
At 11:55 tonight on 1, there are highlights of the third day's play in the second test. Now, the first of tonight's movies stars Roy Scheider as the veteran test pilot of a high-speed armor-plated helicopter, the Blue Thunder.